The formalities first. Hey, 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 hey. All right. Um, if you would like to call in to be a part of our conversation tonight, call 678-661-1819. 678-661-1819. Also, if you would like to be a guest, if you have topic suggestions, if you would like to be a sponsor, you can call 770-322-4022. If you would like to um, listen without watching us, we have different cameras and gadgets going on in here, which we're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and that is with Caribbean Life TV and Just Prima, JUSTPR1MA on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Caribbean Life TV is on Facebook and YouTube. However, if you don't have the look, if you don't have visual available right now, you can listen by downloading the Live 365 app. Once you download the app, look for Caribbean Life Radio, and then you hear us from whatever time we get on, 8:30ish. It is 8:53. Okay, until 10ish. So I think that's it for now, right? And we're going to begin with one word that describes how you feel right now, how your week has gone thus far. And I'll go ahead and get mine out the way. My week has been long. It's been fun. It's been light. It's been heavy. It's been eventful, but mostly fun and eventful. I had the grandkids. I was supposed to have one grandchild, and I winded up with four. And when you're watching children, they were 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, and 11. So the 1, 3, and 5-year-old kept me busy. And some people say, let the kids mess up everything and clean it up at the end, right? But that's not me. I clean as I go, which means that I don't get any rest, which means that I am constantly going. I'm washing clothes, washing dishes, feeding kids, bathing kids, pick this up, don't jump on that. So I had a busy weekend, basically. My week has been okay. Beyond that, and one word to, let me say this. Also, I feel like my allergies are bothering me. It typically happens in March, but we a little early because this weather is crazy. So I started taking some allergy medicine this week. So that's why I sound a little hoarse, I think. And my day was long as hell. That's why I'm still in scrubs. I didn't get to get myself together like I wanted to, just wind down. I didn't get to wind down. I just had to keep going so it's my long Thursday. Anybody else?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hello. Andre here. My day has been excellent.
Yay.
Taking this cast off. I call it a cast, but it's a sling.
Okay.
Been able to take it off every now and then and see how my arm feels, and every day is feeling better and better.
Oh, well, that's good.
So Monday starts therapy. So
how many weeks have you had it on?
4 weeks.
4 weeks, okay.
Yeah.
And this feels like how long? It feels like
longer than that.
Right.
Yes, it does feel longer than that.
Okay.
And going to sleep has gotten to be a challenge. At first it wasn't, but now it's starting to become a challenge because you can only be comfortable for so long in so many positions, and it's only one position, laying on your back and your arms propped up. Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes I get to sleep through the night and sometimes I don't.
Yeah. And then I've never been in a sling or a cast, but I have had my hand braces on. Hi, Hurley. Hello. My for carpal tunnel.
Right.
So it's been, when I do that, it is challenging to try to sleep with braces on. So I wind up taking them off at night and be like, honey, please, I can't do this. So
yeah.
It's I can't.
And then when I do too much, I have to put an ice pack on it and calm it down. But I'm learning my limitations, but it's getting better. So
okay.
I'm enjoying that part of it.
I'm glad you're recovering.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad too.
I'm glad you're recovering. You gonna go next? All right. Harold, she gotta get herself together first. She gotta.
I gotta get these 2 pills.
Oh, she get herself together. So your turn.
Hi, I'm Roscoe, and my week has been long. I got time mixed up. I don't know day from night. I go to bed crazy hours. I get up crazy hours. So the way I'm feeling right now
A cup of ice.
is just neutral.
I just put it in.
I'm not feeling bad. I'm not feeling. Well, I'm feeling pretty
She
good.
said
I
she
take
don't want
that back. I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm blessed to be here tonight. So thank you guys for coming out.
Yay! Now we go here. Move on over. There you go.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
Tonight I'm Carolyn. And I feel empowered tonight. And that's because of the volume of information that I've been learning these past couple of weeks has landed me in a area where the products that I told you guys about the last time I was here. And I've been helping so many people get help. It's very similar to like in your situation. I've been helping people.
Well, that's good.
So I feel empowered.
Yay! And your week has been
That's what
empowered, and that you feel empowered.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yay! All right, y'all. What have y'all been hearing in current events besides planes falling still, Donald Trump, the changes that are happening with people that are working in the federal government that have lost their jobs, that were told to give an account, at least 5 things that they're doing every day. And if they didn't, that they were going to be terminated. I heard a report that Donald Trump is paying Elon Musk, I want to say 8 million or 8 point something million every 5 days. He's supposed to get paid that for being the national advisor, whatever his title is, this advisor. I'm riding around town, going to and from work, and I'm seeing, sometimes my GPS tells me to go past the CDC. So I'm going past the CDC, and I'm seeing these workers outside, and they have their signs, and they're saying that, CDC employees are very important. You won't have people doing the vaccinations. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Just all that. We're not going to be able to do certain testing. And finding cures and all that because we don't have the workers. I was speaking to someone that I know, somebody that's close to us that work in the medical field, but then they went and worked somewhere else that has to do with the government. And this person logged in to work yesterday and couldn't log in. One, I don't believe that this person pays attention to the news at all. But in logging in to work, was not able to log in. And then when you call in to find out from your supervisor what's going on, you find out you don't have a job because you were laid off like the other thousands of people. So many IRS workers fired, laid off or whatever. And they said it was going to be a total of about 6,000 by the time tax season is over. Black History Month is ending tomorrow. I got a cute picture from my grandkids that they were dressed in all this African attire, Black History attire or whatever, and those are the 3, 5, and 1-year-old. So, although Donald Trump said that that federal government is not honoring all these individual holidays, it was good that this daycare, because it's a daycare, the daycare was still honoring it. Fox 5, they're doing a Black History Month special on tomorrow. Thurgood Marshall. No. Let me say it back. What's the man's name that was the CEO?
That was
DeKalb County.
Michael Thurman.
Michael Thurman, honey, look at me.
Yeah.
But he wrote, he was referencing a book. And I can't remember if it was Thurgood Marshall alone, but whatever the book is, it was talking about slavery. So he's promoting this book at the end of Black History Month and all of that. I thought it was unfortunate, and y'all, I'm going to end in a second because I want y'all to jump in on any current events that you've seen, anything you want to talk about that's going on now in current events that that are noteworthy. The last week, I think it was Thursday before we got here, DeKalb County police chief, if I'm saying it right, I think she was the police chief, Ramos. She was by Lorraine Cochran, that was voted in as the new, what was the man that we said, the new CEO of DeKalb County. Said that the police chief Ramos was on administrative leave as of last Thursday. But then I saw a clip and I didn't see the whole thing. So if anyone wants to call in and add in or whatever, she said that she was on administrative leave and she didn't give any other information. Ramos got on over the weekend and said that that was not accurate, that she was given so much time to get out the building, get out the office. She didn't get to say goodbye to the staff and the other police officers. And what I heard her say, but I didn't hear the whole story, is it had something to do with staffing and blah, 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 blah. But she doesn't feel like she was handled properly with the new CEO, Lorraine Cochran, that was just voted in. So now they have another officer, male, white, that has been on the force for so long, who is the interim police chief. So anyway, those are the things that I have seen that have kind of been with me this week, besides the killing and the shooting and the robbing and the something that was funny but not funny. And I was telling my son, the younger sons, this lady in Cobb County, she was in her house. Her daughter was a teenager. Her daughter's a teenager, and her daughter was asleep. She said she was about 16, and the mom got up and she saw a man sleeping on her sofa. And while he was sleeping on the sofa, she ran back to the teenager to make sure she was good, called 911, because when she went in the kitchen, also, the man had cooked food and left like eggs, had food on the floor, food on the stove, whatever, and then went in there to take a nap on the sofa. So when they called the police, it was a Hispanic guy. So I'm like, okay, I guess they probably gonna check to see if he need to be deported. But he did not. The door was not locked, so they said it was not breaking and entry, but it could have been like home invasion or something. I don't know. Anyway, the man was hungry and tired, and then he went to Cobb County Jail. So then I thought about one of my sons, and this is not humorous, but it's humorous too. One of my sons, car was taken before, like not long ago. So the car is taken, and so he was on the bus, and while he was waiting on the bus to come from work, the bus never came. So he had to walk, and in walking, it probably took 3 hours. It would have taken like 3 hours to walk something that would take 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, okay, so which way did you walk? You walked the bus route. Forever wrong, because you go, whatever.
Right.
But somebody else was like, well, you ought to, what if he got chased by some dogs? That would be horrible, because I promise y'all, it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and he said he was tired, and he was sat down on the curb, and then sitting down on the curb, he saw something that he thought was a dog, but it wound up being 3 coyotes. So he had to run, and then he said he was tired and forget it, and he sat on the bench. Then he laid on the bench, and I'm like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And luckily, I looked at my phone, and it was like, okay, well, I guess I need to go out and get him. You know what I'm saying? So, and going out, can't find him. He black, his clothes black. You know what I'm saying? And it's dark. So his response was, well, it was all right. He first kept saying, you gotta come, you gotta come. And I was like, you're a black man walking, like, in DeKalb
At this
County.
time, right.
So I was like, nah, I need to go. So he winded up saying, well, if you didn't come, it was gonna be okay. It's a church. You see that church over there? He was almost at the church. And it's almost 2:00 in the morning. So he was like, I was just gonna go lay in front of the church. It's a light and people ain't gonna mess with the church. So I was like, you a lie, they go into the church robbing people, they don't care nothing about church. And then, he was like, that's all right, I'm protected, but and if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. And I was like, well, okay. And by the time when I got him, it only was like a 5 to 8 minute drive to get him home. So, but it could have still taken him another hour and a half. But he was like, oh, I was gonna sleep till the sun came up, and then just so it was comical because the next day is when I saw the because at one point he was like, oh, it was an abandoned house that I found when I was walking. I thought about going in there, but I guess the coyotes chased him past the abandoned house. So when I saw the little Mexican man, I said, bless his heart, he was tired and hungry. And now he in jail and don't know if he gonna be deported.
Right.
So
could have been your son.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, just life. So anybody jump in? Current events, things going on, things that's interesting, something you want to jump in? Are y'all gonna get the implant in your head or your wrist or whatever that Elon Musk wants to put? The government wants to put in when we don't have any money and we're gonna scan and be reprogrammed, like iRobot, that's something else that's being discussed. Or are we gonna pull together and do something different? So
It's 4 years, maybe hurry up and go by.
But would you have the chip put in? It ain't gonna matter because you're gonna be a robot by then.
That's not happening.
Okay, I want y'all to talk about any current events. What y'all think about the things that I did touch on?
The way I feel about it, it's almost like a rap song or a nursery rhyme. I don't carry with a lot of weight. Me personally, I feel like if you believe in God and say no weapon formed against you shall prosper, this is just a storm that's passing through. Now, there will be some ones that caught up in it, but my take on it, if God is who He say He is, this shall pass, and it's not going to take place. If you notice, you got judges saying no, you can't do this, and I just heard today, was it today or yesterday? Like I said earlier, I got my days and nights mixed up. That they're not going to do the terrorist thing.
The tariffs. Mm-hmm.
The terrorists on so just like all the noise that
Because they got another plan.
Because they agreed, though. They came to an agreement.
but
Right.
all
They
the
got another
noise,
plan.
all the noise that was made about it,
Mm-hmm.
you can't. Everything is too much that we. There's too many people that with money that's gonna affect. They're not even. This is not about poor people.
No.
This is about control. And a lot of these people, it's a lot of Fortune 500s that are not going to go for this.
Exactly.
And we're going to see, people say, well, it's going to be a civil war. No, I don't think it's going to be a civil war because you got too many interracial couples. You got kids that got white friends, black friends.
Exactly.
That'll go to bat for one another. So my take on it, I don't see a civil war. It's going to be a war between the rich. If anything, it's not going to be a war like, tanks and soldiers. It's going to be a war, and the rich is going to overpower the ones who disturb what they're doing. See,
So the rich gonna overpower the richer?
The rich is going to overpower the government.
The richer. Because government is, Musk and Trump right now.
Right. And
And the cow is behind them.
So, when you start messing with a lot of people with livelihoods, you'll see a whole different beast. So that's my take on it. I'm not along with it. I'm just.
So on any of the stuff, that's all you guys.
And then like the homie, the guy since the door was open, that's not home invasion, that's criminal trespassing.
Right, because that wasn't his house.
You know, it's criminal trespassing.
Should he go to jail?
Yeah.
What should be his punishment?
No, then
What should be his
again,
punishment?
Technically, I think probably just
I don't think he
give
should
it,
go
not
to
go to
jail.
jail, but just maybe get a ticket, you know, and just find out why he walked in there. And,
Oh, he went to jail.
You know,
He got a
Right,
mug
he
shot.
gonna go to jail. If the police show
What
up,
should be
he
the
going to jail.
punishment? I'm saying.
I think he should. Think he should pay a fine.
yeah, pay a ticket.
You know,
And then
but
find out if he's mentally stable.
Or he was just tired and
Or
hungry.
just, you know, is he homeless or, you know, lost or what have you?
Or he missed the bus like my son and was walking and just
Yeah.
decided to go in.
and just think about the mind
Which one
frame.
was this, the baby?
I ain't gonna say.
And just
No, the
like-
baby. Joe is
You know,
there.
I'm talking about
The other grown baby.
But
You want him.
the thing about it,
He is
just like
sleeping
you were
outside.
saying about your son, he was innocent. You know, he was just tired. He
As
said,
hell.
He said, "I'm gonna just go in this abandoned
Yeah,
house."
just
He said his feet was hurt.
Nobody
outside.
lived there, so I'm just going. I'm not
And
gonna.
he
He
Chase.
didn't bother nobody, he just went in and made something to eat and went to sleep.
But
Right.
that would be considered. You know, you might
like
get.
three little bears.
No
Yes.
one person
Absolutely.
get one charge. You get, you know, they're gonna say criminal trespassing. They might say breaking and entering, and you know, they're gonna put all these charges on you
But it was unlocked, so it said it wasn't charged with.
because it would generate money. And
Yeah.
then,
And he was a Hispanic.
but I'm just saying about your son. He was innocent.
Oh, he would've been on the news,
but
too.
what the outcome's gonna be, I don't think he's aware of what the outcome's gonna be just by him going in the house. And
Well, too many of these things are based on the color of your skin.
That's what I'm saying.
Whereas if it was a white person that did that,
Come on.
walked into that house and cooked and laid on that bed, they probably wouldn't even put him in jail.
They would have been like, "You okay? Let's call your mom. You got mental health issues. It's a mental health crisis. Let's call."
Yep.
but
Too many
see,
things are based on the color of your
insanity.
skin.
that's why the justice system uses a scale. It can tilt in a direction, and you just hope it tilt your way.
Not why you brown.
And well, if you know that, it's certain things you cannot do. So if you choose to do it, you step over into their world.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. Okay, your feet hurting and
Not
you
fair,
tired.
but true. Look.
If your feet hurt and you tired, you just can't walk in somebody's house. That's against the law.
That's true.
That's right, because they're at your house.
Because if you walk in my house because your feet tired, you won't ever use your feet.
Tommy said, "Hey, cousin Harold, it's good to see you. You look lovely tonight. I was gonna
Hey,
tell her makeup
too,
cute and all
man.
natural."
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
it just
Thank
you know, you just got, you know, to me, it's kind of like justifying doing wrong. You know, I hear a lot of people say, well, man, like how you just mentioned, depending on your color. Okay, if you know you can't do certain things and not gonna get the same outcome as
Right.
others, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Well, my question is this: if you was Hispanic or from another country where certain things are acceptable, then yes, you're in America. When you're in Rome, you do what the Romans do. However, when it's survival, and a lot of people haven't had to live and survive, right? So he went in, a door that was open. He was hungry. He ate, and he
Lay down.
lay down. So if you're from certain places and you walking around in the, I don't want to say the jungle because that's where the Africans live. Let them say, like on the pictures of us, you know, in Tarzan and all that stuff. But if you're walking around somewhere and you hungry and you tired, even in some religious books, people do what they need to do to survive. It's not
See,
about
man,
hurting
see,
and
see.
harming. It is, I'm hungry,
You
I
got-
found some food, God blessed me. The Jehovah provided because the door was open and I was able to go in and eat and lay down.
That sounds good, but if you go,
Excuse me.
if you, once you cross somebody,
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're
like
coming
for
from.
instance, I'm gonna tell you.
If you was in a tribe, what if we was in a
Okay.
tribe and we showed up
Okay.
somewhere and we
No,
saw
That's
some
not
food?
this day and age right now.
No.
Right, but I
And you're not in
said,
the
what if you
jungle,
don't
you
speak
gotta-
English?
You know, I don't care. You
It don't
speak.
matter.
I
Like,
said when you were running to
I had a
school,
coworker
but he may not.
that lived in a high rise.
When you're done, I got something to say what Pr1ma said.
I had a coworker. I'm gonna give you two incidents. I had a coworker that lived on P Street in a high
Hey,
rise.
sacred, we miss you.
He left his door key, so he asked the concierge to let him in. Him and the concierge got into an argument, got into a scuffle. So being he didn't have his door key, he pushed the concierge down off of him and ran out the building. When he ran out the building, every business that he passed that was closed, they charged him with criminal trespassing. He jumped the fence, and when he jumped the fence, he landed in some bushes and broke the bushes. They charged him with destruction of property. They said that hedge to replace it back to the original size cost $1,000. So anything over $499 is a felony. So
Yeah.
it's all a number game. And what it is, your behavior is how I make my money.
That's the truth.
Now, was that right? It said every business that he passed by, when he ran down the sidewalk on P Street, every business that was closed, he was charged with criminal trespassing.
That was
Now,
wrong.
Now he was outside on
He was
curb.
outside on a public sidewalk.
Well, that's a
That was
bull.
wrong.
And then,
Right.
today, one of my friends, he's a big shot at his church. He said you could see the homeless camp in the woods on the church property.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, they told him they can stay there, just keep it clean. He said the trash had got so bad, they gave him trash cans and everything. He said they had to evict the homeless people out the woods.
That's a shame.
And he said we have a big dumpster for them to put the garbage in.
And they won't even put it in the dumpster.
And so he said, when you have to evict homeless people out the woods, that's pretty bad.
That
Well, did you
is-
go out there and show the homeless people how to use a trash can or how to clean up?
Hey,
Common sense ain't common.
the thing about it
Or
is,
mine.
so you take a person.
Because what's
like-
common to you in your house, in your neighborhood, and how you grew up may be different from me.
But
So,
I have seen people, you
That's
can
right.
give them a place to stay, they don't want to stay there, they want to be on the streets.
correct.
Some of them don't want the responsibility.
That's all it is.
Well, I'm saying teaching them how to. Some people have never been taught, put your shoes in the closet and match both shoes together. Put your white clothes in this hamper. Put
Right.
your towels and rags in this hamper. Wash your dishes as you cook.
Right.
Like, for some of us, that's second nature because that's how we were taught. But you can get with somebody else, like, it irks some people. Like, my grandmother, we have Walmart bags, Kroger bags, and all this stuff, right?
Mhm.
And say if I have trash, and I don't want to take the whole trash bag out, so I have the Walmart bag. I may put the Walmart bag, like grandma them, on the cabinet. Like, you know how you have the
The
door
handles,
handle,
uh-huh.
and I put it right there,
Until they fill up.
and I fill that up versus because it's small, and I'm like, I might be like this, and I might be okay, I'm gonna put it here,
Right.
and I'm moving around. To me, that's normal. To somebody else, it irks the hell out of them, right? Because
Well, let
it's
me
like it's a
interject.
whole trash bag over there, and I'm like, well, I'm
No,
just taking
it's
this little bit.
good because especially if you got food trimmings and stuff.
Yeah.
That close it up. And when you open up the
Okay,
trash,
food
you won't
trimming.
smell that.
But
Uh-huh.
this
So
is
it's
the thing.
good. That's a good thing.
If you cleaning chicken or cutting up vegetables and stuff.
Right.
Yes, I can see you having a bag close to where you're working and you feel up, tied up, and dispose of it. But if you have a trash can 2 arm lengths away from you and you take a bag and hang it on the cabinet, no, that's some real ghetto stuff.
That's just a habit. That's
Well,
just
but,
a habit.
You know, that's like leaving the top off the toothpaste.
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, that's not
No,
comparing
that's not.
apples to
It's
apples.
not.
That's not apples to apples.
Right, he said 2 different things. Right.
That's not
both-
apples
both-
to apples.
Okay, you got a green apple and a red apple. It's
No,
just that.
leaving the toilet seat up and like this right here. If I just put a new trash bag in the trash can, that big trash can, right?
Mhm.
But I can scoop all this up and tie it up in a Walmart bag and take it outside to the dumpster. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, doesn't make sense. And plus, you walking out the door.
So why would I throw it in the trash can and keep it in the house versus I could throw it out of here, tie it up, and take it outside? I don't think it's hood and ghetto. Somebody else might,
But then
right?
again, I'm gonna say,
Hood and ghetto.
when I say hood and ghetto, I want to say that, but it's kind of like people who grew up and didn't have a trash can in the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, I
you know,
can see that. If it's, right,
So
they didn't
when
grow up
that
that
normally
way.
happens,
I had a trash can, damn it.
you know, like it's kind of like people, you know, like you got
Several.
You know, it's just
Right. Now that's
There's
that's
people that
ghetto.
can attest
That's
to that.
ghetto when you gotta use the bag because you don't have a trash can.
But
That's
is it ghetto? That's
it's
my
not-
whole
it's
point
not
is
bad,
this.
It's not
Common
ghetto.
But you
sense
can't
ain't
even
common.
afford. You can't afford a trash
Some
can.
people cannot. You have gone to people's
That's
houses.
ghetto.
expensive.
That's ghetto.
Do you know?
But if
trash
they
can-
didn't, that's all they know is what I'm saying for those that didn't. Does that make it wrong or ghetto?
No,
or
it
hood?
doesn't.
That's
If
just-
I'm trying to be
but-
clean, why does it have to be ghetto?
Right.
I agree with you on that. If you're trying to be clean, it's not ghetto.
I mean, I'm not throwing it
But
on
if
the
you
floor.
not
Right.
if you got money to buy a trash can and you don't, and you use a trash
you may
can
not want
because
to
you
buy a
don't
trash
have.
can, whether you have money or not.
Okay, I agree with you.
So that's what I'm saying. Common sense ain't common. Everybody just does things different. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that it's a right or wrong or good or bad, ghetto, bougie, whatever. Like
Well, I want
people's
you to-
preference is
I
their
want you
preference
to-
and
I
how
want
they
you to
talk.
word
Preference.
Let's take the word ghetto out the whole
Yeah,
thing.
Very good. Very good.
But in trash cans are expensive. For a decent trash can in your kitchen, you're gonna pay at least almost about $50.
Yeah, for
Okay.
a decent one. For a
And
decent
you know, a
one.
lot of people.
But why would I put food in a trash can? If this is me, if all my trash gets high up in this Walmart bag, why the hell? In my opinion, now you know y'all think what y'all want to think, right?
Nah,
But why
I
the
get you.
hell-
I get what you're saying.
Would I put this
Right.
in a brand new trash bag? Now for me,
oh,
I'm like the trash can.
You heard
It's
you
a
just
trash
said.
bag. I know what I just said.
Brand new.
So it's a brand new trash bag that
So
I'm
you
not
can't
gonna
keep it
fill
brand new?
up. Absolutely. That I'm not gonna fill up, and I can just fit it in this Walmart bag and walk it
I
outside
could have
and
just-
put it in the
I
dumpster.
could have just taken my trash out and come in the kitchen and open up some packages and be looking at the trash like, damn it, I just took the trash out.
And then
I
I'll
could've
take
put-
that
I could've
outside.
put that one in the bag. That
And
just
that's
took
what I
out.
would do.
So this way, this one that's empty, stay empty.
Right.
I think that, but I just don't, you know.
A
But that's what
trash
I do.
can is
Yeah.
for one purpose, to put trash in. It's not designed for you to keep it empty.
Sometimes
But
you
that's
think
your
that way.
steps. Look, that's
Yeah.
your steps that you ain't gotta take because you gonna throw it right there. My steps, I'm gonna take it outside and I'm gonna throw it out there in a Walmart bag after I hang it on the damn cabinet and put whatever the hell I want to put in it, tie it up, leave my clean trash bag, the whole trash can empty until tomorrow because it's nighttime down in Tatum, and I'm gonna take this outside.
Right.
That's just me. But is that?
Ghetto? No.
No.
That's not ghetto.
But
I
again,
don't
what's
think that's
common?
ghetto.
What's common to one person or common sense? That's what my mama taught me a long time ago. Common sense ain't common. What worked for you in your house worked for you in your house,
Right.
and what worked for you in your house worked in your house. But what's common sense? It's what you know. So all I'm saying is with the little man, wherever he came from, or go back to if we watch some of the movies when it was in old times and they were walking through the jungle and there was a tribe that looked empty and the tents was empty and they were hungry and they saw something over there. So now they just went and they laid down and they
Made it
slaughtered,
that way.
they ate whatever they could find or whatever, and then they just went on. I'm just saying we don't know why this
I
man.
don't think you're gonna walk through the jungle and find a village, baby.
Well, if we believe TV, that's where we came from.
Okay, so I want to
Okay,
talk
so go
on.
ahead.
I want to talk on a couple of subjects that you brought up, Pr1ma.
Okay.
And the first one I want to talk about is
Blue Pops.
Elon Musk
Okay.
trying to get people to implant for tracking and AI purposes,
Your medical records
medical records.
to eat.
Yeah. You know, this is the signs of the time. I mean, the Bible talks about this. The mark of the beast. He's preparing everyone for the mark of the beast. That's all that is. And that's what I wanted to bring out.
Mm-hmm.
in the book of Revelations, it talks about the mark of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage everyone to, start storing up your food. They had at Dollar Tree, they got seeds for $1.25. Did y'all know that?
Start planting. We kind of talked about it a little bit last week. Planting.
Did you know that? That Dollar Tree.
We didn't know what they had on sale, but we talked about
I was going to
preparing.
I don't shop here, so.
Good place. It's a
Mhm.
good place to start shopping. My suggestion.
You know who owns
my
the Dollar
suggestion. No, I
Huh?
don't.
You know who
No, I
owns Dollar
don't.
Tree?
No, I don't.
Who?
Hey, man,
Okay. I'm not surprised.
I
I'm not
forget which
surprised.
one.
I'm not surprised. All I know is I like the fact that the food seeds are for $1.25.
That's good.
So I went and stocked up on some.
Have you planted any?
Not yet.
She just got
Not
them
yet.
today.
I just bought them.
Right.
So I
Man, they
can
gonna
have
be no
them.
good if you don't plant them. You know that, right?
She just got them. She'll plant them this weekend. You gonna help her?
No?
Oh, okay.
You know they go bad, right?
They do.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they have an expiration date on them.
And the thing about it,
If they're not bad already.
right?
Right.
If they had Dollar Tree,
Well,
Right.
the bottom line,
She's trying.
what I'm trying to
Because
say.
there's a whole lot of people talking today, putting forth no effort to make a change and a difference.
Exactly.
That's my thing. So
That's so true.
go ahead.
The other thing, what I'm trying to say is buying those dehydration systems.
Could I have my Walmart bag over there, please? It's in the blue Walmart bag. I have a plastic gray Walmart bag that I want to put my trash in. Okay, go ahead.
Match your blue outfit.
These my scrubs. I ain't asked for that one. I said the plastic bag so I can tie it up. I wish I had a cabinet over here. I could have my bag on. Well, I think it's a Kroger bag. This
No,
Walmart.
you see-
Okay, y'all don't shop tomorrow. Okay.
Why y'all not shopping tomorrow?
We boycott them.
We boycott
Tomorrow's February 28th, y'all. Boycott.
Very good.
Boycott. Well, what's his name? Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton and Brian.
Walmart, Target, Amazon. Everybody that got rid of the DEI.
Right.
That's supporting what Trump
That's right. And
Elon Musk is doing. So,
That was my.
and I do want to say this too. I'm sorry, but I gotta say this because I got the Walmart Kroger bag. I gotta say this because there are a lot of people that are boycotting tomorrow, but they shopped their ass off yesterday. They shopped their ass off today. They gonna shop their ass off on Saturday. We're not gonna make an impact really by over shopping on these days.
Right.
And then we just not gonna shop tomorrow. It doesn't make a difference because you done already made them rich. You still making them rich. So
Exactly.
my thing is, we should have maybe not done shopping for the week and then not shop tomorrow, or shop last Saturday and don't spend no more money this week until this Saturday or something. So I'm just saying, in the future, I ain't the organizer, but I can be. Y'all know I got a big mouth, but like, we need to make a bigger impact than tomorrow. And we don't overshop before we're not gonna shop, and then overshop the day after, because we're not making an impact. One day is not gonna make a big difference if we overshop before and after. So, okay. And I'm gonna put my trash in this bag right here because I don't want to dirty up the other trash. This is the list. Okay, I'm gonna read this and then let Carolyn right quick. It says, do not make any purchases, do not shop online or in store, no Amazon. I'm gonna go get gas when I leave because I don't have a full tank. I used gas the past 2 days. No Walmart, no Best Buy, no McDonald's and other fast foods tomorrow. No gas tomorrow, no major retailers tomorrow. Do not use credit cards or debit cards for non-essential spending tomorrow. Try to buy all you need before Friday, February the 28th, but if necessary, only if necessary, I guess is what they're saying. Only buy essentials and absolutely necessary items such as food, medicine, emergency supplies. If you must spend, only support small and local businesses. Why this matters: corporations and banks only care about the bottom line.
Right.
Disrupting the economy for even one day sends a powerful message. I disagree. if you overshot before or after, if they don't listen, we make the next blackout longer. Our numbers are powerful, I agree. This is how we make history. Spread the message. Please share with all of your contacts. Talk about it, post it, document your actions that day. We must use power. We do have, we must use, I guess it's supposed to be the power we do have, and send an economic message with our numbers as Dr. Martin Luther King did.
The boycott was long.
February
Right.
28th, the 24-hour economic blackout begins. Okay, so
Can
thank
I
you.
say my take on
Okay,
it?
wait,
Let Harold go.
I'm not even finished.
And y'all know
They
I'm
just
stuffy,
took-
so that's why I'm
they
talking.
just
Go ahead.
Took the mic from me.
Well, I was doing that because I was talking about my bag. Go ahead.
Okay, so, that's right, y'all. Go ahead and boycott, and while y'all boycotting tomorrow, y'all can call me and place your orders with Harold and with Atomy. All right? But I wanted to say what a lot of people don't know what DEI is. DEI includes ramps and sidewalk curb cuts, subtitles and caption, TV and phone, family restrooms, changing tables and men's breast. Did y'all know this? Breastfeeding, pumping stations and accommodations, floating paid holidays, equity and transparency, parental leave, time and pay, coming back to a job after birthing a child, not having to just accept workplace harassment, work accommodation for a variety of disabilities, flexible work arrangements, size inclusive chairs and beds in medical facilities, belt extenders on planes. I don't think everyone knows what DEI includes. It includes your disabled neighbor that can only work 4 hours a day, the Down syndrome bagger at Kroger,
Publix.
Publix that greets you with a smile every time you come in, the autistic barista at Starbucks that always makes sure your drink is correct and can remember your daily order without a beat. It includes veterans. It includes your pregnant friend. Okay, Shanae, that would have to take FML for bed rest.
FMLA.
FMLA, thank you, for bed rest, or be able to have accommodations for her job while she saves her first baby. It's not just about ethnicity, y'all. Okay, Shanae, not ethnicity. It's about making sure everyone has an equal opportunity to work without being discriminated. And I keep telling you guys that ATOMY, Atomy, does not discriminate. And if you guys need to order your dish detergent, your cleaning, your clothes detergent, bags, you name it.
You said they don't
And this is a
discriminate?
Chinese company.
They do not
Correct.
discriminate.
They're China.
They are based out of Korea.
Korea, same difference. Like
As long
Based out
as
of
you send
Korea.
your debit card or your Visa card, they're gonna make sure you get it. So no, they're not gonna discriminate, cause they color's green.
Exactly.
They're making money. But
They're
this
making
is-
money.
This is the thing.
Tommy said he's not shopping tomorrow.
But this
He's
is
participating.
You can shop with me, baby.
this is the thing is what I'm saying. But y'all gotta realize, at say just take Publix. We got all these black cashiers, we got the stockers and everything. By us not shopping there, they can lose their jobs.
They're gonna lose their job any damn way. They just said.
They're not gonna lose their job.
Yes, they are. Do you see how many people get fired in big places?
Yes. But you know what?
Any company
Let me
that
tell you,
said,
hold on, let me finish. Do you know how many big companies are top heavy? And so long these people have been making all this money
that is true.
and now they being disturbed.
That is true.
Right.
Now you got small people that is suffering from this, and I feel sorry for them, like somebody I know who's in the medical field and now they had a federal job. They just almost a casualty of war. But a lot of these people just go to work and don't do nothing. Like I know somebody that work from
How
home.
many people do that?
Like I know people
A
that
lot
work
of
from
people.
home that
Y'all got trash.
don't have any restraints. They can go
If
and
you
put
don't,
in-
I can wait.
they take their laptop and they just go to the mall, they stay logged in. So there are checks and balances. And if it's sad if you ask a person, tell me 5 things you did today at work, and they can't tell you.
Ooh.
So it sounds harsh and bad, but I have seen that a lot. And a lot of big companies, people getting hooked up because they're friends of the CEO
Right.
or the manager or the supervisor. They got made up job titles and everything, not really doing nothing.
Well, that would affect a lot of the minorities.
So, you know, the problem is a lot of blacks are getting that now, the hookups and all that. But now since they're stopping it, it's affecting all races.
Right.
So places like essential places, grocery stores and places like that, some of these grocery stores get paid to hire people with Down syndrome.
And that's what they just stopped.
They might not pay the grocery store to pay them to that stipend that they would get.
So that is the problem. That's what they're talking about.
But the grocery store is making money by paying these people bare minimum wages.
But they're going to stop hiring them, and they're going to let some of them go. That is the problem.
Okay,
Trump
so
said
who are
get
they
rid of all DEI programs. You
Okay.
got to earn it, qualify for it, or you can't stay.
Okay, so therefore they're going to hire somebody to replace the people, or do they will go under?
Exactly.
Correct, that's the point.
Crazy. That's even crazy.
So
Because a lot of majorities don't want the jobs.
right,
So why are y'all taking it away?
what are the majorities?
The whites. They don't want the jobs that these DEI people are working. They benefit from the DEI people working there. However, they agree with Trump until the fact they anti them in the trailer park.
Right.
Right? So my point is, just like she said, the handicap ramps,
Right.
them people at Starbucks that fix your drinks and greet you and smile,
And know your order.
and the greeters, they do know your order and put right on your cups and shit. So the Walmart workers that welcome to Walmart, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, all the,
Yeah.
they said get rid of all of them. The family bathrooms,
Yep.
the breastfeeding areas, so women can go breastfeed their babies,
Right.
take that away. Like all of that stuff is a part of that. So when you agreeing to stuff that you don't even recognize that you're agreeing to, or for the like all of us have said, you are agreeing to things because you think it's only going to affect the minorities. Y'all are the minorities really, but you think it's us. So when now it's going to affect them, because I ain't hardly see no Negroes or minorities protesting at the CDC.
Right.
But I bet you somebody voted for Trump. Them IRS workers, them 3,000 that's already gone.
Mm-hmm.
How many minorities work there, and how many majorities got laid off, fired, had to take a severance pay, and how many of them other 3,000 is gonna get fired? How many of them are minorities, right? So, like I said before, when you voted for Trump ain't for nobody, and neither is Elon Musk. But you voted for him because you would rather have a white German and South African male, Trump and Elon Musk, than a black woman or a mixed woman, mulatto woman. Some of them call them mud like dogs. You know how they mixed up or whatever. It doesn't even matter. But you would rather have these tyrants in office and vote for them as if you were going to be special than a female.
Exactly.
So everything that's happening, I don't agree with you that this stuff is not going to happen. I don't agree with it. I believe that a lot of the stuff that they're speaking of is going to happen. Some things are going to get shot down. Of course, I don't think everything is going to get through. But I do believe that enough is going to happen that is being spoken of, that it is going to impact. I believe that when you say it may not be, it's not going to be a civil war. There's going to be war, I believe. It just may not be the way that we think it is, right? But it's going to happen. Like they said, they're trying to, in the government, they want to make it where law enforcement or military can just come in your house and do what they want to do. Take you out, take what they want to take, lock you up and all that stuff. They not, and in these movies that they've shown us for years, a lot of people watch these movies and think it's just a movie.
Right.
The crazy part is, if people pay attention, a lot of these movies, they're showing us what they're planning. The only reason why they put it out here is because they want to see how the masses are going to receive it, right? And if they think it's cool, if they fascinated by it, and as it's happening, your eyes are wide shut.
Right.
And don't even see what they doing to us. And even with that iRobot stuff, if you take it on, if you're going to get this chip, no, we're not going to turn into robots like metal, steel, and, you know, all that stuff. But you still going to be robotic when you take this chip, because that chip is supposed to, they're making it sound like it's good. Get the chip, and you don't have to have cash anymore. We already got cards, but we're going to get rid of the cards and everything. Just scan your wrist, right?
Set up
You ain't got to worry about taking your insurance card with you.
The mark of the beast.
Right, you ain't got to take your insurance card with you anymore. You don't have to have your driver's license anymore. It's on your chip. So you can just do the chip, right?
Set up.
You ain't even got to.
Don't do
You,
it.
if you want to take a flight, all your information is here. You just get on the computer. The scarier part for me is this. And not scary like, oh my God. But the scary part is this. That people don't even realize, like, they're making it where we fire y'all, we get rid of y'all. They're going to make people feel so desperate that they're going to feel like they have to get this chip, right? Because that's the only way they're going to make it. They're telling people, oh, it's going to be beneficial because your medical records are here. You can go anywhere in the world and your medical records are right here. But what's scary for me is that they also said that those chips are going to control you as a human and make you not have emotions and feelings. And you will be robotic because somebody's going to be sitting, or a computer or a robot is literally going to be sitting there programming these chips so that as all of us are sitting right here, it probably ain't going to happen to us in here because we said we ain't getting the chip. But the people that would get the chips and they put it in your children, they're trying to say it's great for your children because we can just program something and they won't get sick and they don't. So now we're not even talking like we're talking. We won't have emotions. We won't have feelings. Everybody's just like, okay, we're here. How was your day? My day was okay.
You got
The
it.
kids were good. How was school? School was this. School was that. And you just go through the motions, right? So
Revelation.
that is what should be a concern to people.
You know what I
But
feel?
Revelations 13.
And it's gonna happen.
Revelations 13.
Things are going to
says-
change.
13. Revelation 13 says, 16 verse, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, that's what's going on now, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, which is 666.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
That's coming up. That's what's up next. That's what Elon Musk is preparing everybody for.
But the
So-
movies in Hollywood prepared us
but
first.
you know who wrote the Bible? Man.
Absolutely, I agree. 100%.
You know, it say in the book, "Thou shalt not kill," and it also say God will forgive you if you repent for your sins. So if I commit murder and I go before the judge and say, "Judge, I repent.
Uh-huh.
I won't do it anymore," do they get a judge the right to give me lethal injection, death penalty, electric chair, or whatever? They don't give no man the right to kill me.
Yes, it does. Because in that same Bible, it says, follow the laws of the land. And the Bible, like, there are a lot of people that say the Bible. Go
I
ahead.
got to respond for that. At first, they didn't want you to be able to read. And the English language wasn't your native language. So now that you can read, they going to put it in the book where they want you to go by.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it.
It's fine.
So if I put it in the book, what I want you to believe, just what if I put on a TV, like television stand for you, television lie to you visually. You know, and people believe TV, they believe social media,
Right.
they believe all this stuff now. You know, they did it with the Bible. You know, people pray, man, Mr. Charlie got 40 acres of the mule and got all us working. If I pray to the same God, I'm gonna have the same thing one day. Well, why it ain't never happened? You know?
What if you pray to the same God? Why would it never happen?
Okay, Mr. Charlie
Got
the
it
slave
40
master.
acres in the
Uh-huh.
mule.
got the 40 acres of the mule, and if I pray to the same God he prayed to,
Uh-huh.
I should get the same things he got.
No, because the Bible says slaves obey your master. Slaves let your master do whatever
And
they
then,
want to
okay,
do to
so who
you.
put that in? Who put that in the
Well,
Bible?
we know man did.
Okay then, so that's why I'm telling you, if you believe in God the way people say they do, you cannot give man that much power.
But does the Bible also say? And again, let me. For those that do not know, the Bible, the word Bible means collections of books, right? Collections of writings. The original Bible, way back, it wasn't written in Shakespearean text like is what is in the King James Version Bible. It wasn't written in that. The Bible back then, Hebrew, Aramaic, Greek, and a lot of the words that are in the Bible that are used now were not in the vocabulary back then. And we all know that you can change a word or two and it changes the complete context of a sentence, a message, a verse, right? So if the Bible means collection of books, we do know that the Bible has, if it's 66 books, y'all know it was thousands of books that were written by male and female.
Mm-hmm.
And that collection of books that were put together and canonized, which is like the authority, they put those 66 books together with a ulterior motive, right? To persuade a group of people. The books that were not as persuasive to meet their agenda were the books that were not put in the collection of writings, right?
Yeah, I heard of
So when there are people that base their entire life on the Bible, they might be a little unlearned, right? The Bible has, like all religions have good writings. They have good stories. But there are other religions that will say that the Bible contradicts itself. It really does not contradict itself because it is not, it's not written in chronological order. It is not put together in chronological order the way people try to read it. Even ministers that are unlearned themselves. That same Bible says, study to show thyself approved, right? A workman need not be ashamed, right? So it's based on your relationship with your creator, whatever that is. So all 1, 2, 3, 4 of us can read a scripture and come up with our own interpretations of it.
Okay, let me say
Go
something
ahead.
based on that. But if I give you a recipe to make a pound cake, and say the recipe say 2 eggs, half a cup of milk,
Uh-huh.
and some flour. I'm not saying that's the exact way to make a cake.
Right, that's just, you just throwing
That's
it
your
out.
recipe.
But I said 2 eggs, a half a cup of milk, and
Some flour.
some flour, or a tablespoon of flour. Each one of y'all, I give it to you all. And if you don't put the 2 eggs, or you don't put the milk, and she don't put the flour, you're not following the recipe. So why is it that everybody can read the recipe and get it right?
Not necessarily.
You said the right. The case still might not be
Allegedly.
right because your
Not necessarily.
altitude could be a certain way. Your
Okay.
stove could be
No.
off.
No,
I,
let's
yo-
go.
I don't believe that what you're saying, that analogy does not apply.
To the Bible, right?
Because you can take any recipe and make it your way
Correct.
You can make it your own. True, you can
Yes.
doctor it and change it.
and change it. And
But-
it's the same way with the
But
interpretation
the
of the
recipe,
Bible.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
hold on, but the recipe say 2 eggs.
Your recipe.
Yeah.
That's my
The
point.
basic,
If
the
you
basic
say-
recipe
you
will
say-
that.
You can say God Almighty, how to make a pound cake, and I give you the recipe: 2 eggs, a half a cup of milk, and a tablespoon of flour. If you do anything other than that, you going against my will. Your pound cake will not turn out like my pound cake. Not saying you can't doctor it and make it better, but you can doctor it and make it worse.
But that's only
So-
your version of the cake.
Okay.
That does not mean that's the only way to make
I'ma
a
put
cake.
it
That's
in-
my
I'm gonna
point.
put it in layman's terms. What color is that wall?
Whatever color you want to call it, because in some
Is
races,
that
in some
wall
cultures, it might
black
be something else.
or is it blue?
Negro.
You know, so why is it that people can read? We can all read a book.
Get different
But
interpretations.
it's always going to get, you're always going to get different interpretations of any book that you read, whether it's the Bible, whether it's a bestseller.
Right.
That's why they have book clubs, because every person's interpretation of what they read is going to be totally different.
Okay, so
It's the same thing with
Let
the
me
Bible.
use this.
So
Why-
my understanding of the Bible and your understanding of the Bible is going to be two different things, because you're a different person than me.
Correct.
Let me ask you this.
You're gonna go ahead. What's the
If I give you direction to put a TV stand together,
I don't even read the directions. I look at the pictures and then I start
Exactly.
putting shit
That-
together.
that's
but you
exactly
wonder
what-
why.
And my stuff
Hold on,
work.
but you wonder why the TV fall once you put the TV.
Mine
on the
don't
stand.
fall.
See, it's always
See,
one.
there's always
Me.
But you understand, and you have. Let me ask you: have you ever bought something like she said? She look at the picture.
And I get work.
Some people.
Some people could put things together by looking at the picture, and some people have to read the instructions step by step.
Right, but let
For
me
that
ask you:
one TV.
have you ever bought something and had to put it together
Uh-huh.
and did it your way and
Yes.
had to go back and do the directions?
Yes.
That's
Doesn't
what
matter-
it.
But
that's what it-
but that's what it is. That's exactly what it is, because you're trying to interpret what somebody else designed for that particular object.
Right.
Right.
And-
Just put.
And I-
As a matter of fact, just last month, I had to put this plant stand together,
Uh-huh.
and it was a bunch of sticks, a lot of sticks, and a lot of parts. I'm looking at the diagram, and the diagram is not giving me no clue as to which direction this piece is supposed to go, and it's got 5 holes on it. I couldn't tell if it was supposed to go this way or go this way. I had to go to YouTube to watch the man put it together because the instructions was very vague.
Now you can get bad instructions.
Bad instructions
Yes.
are
I
true.
agree with you, cause you got some things that just say you got 8
Yeah,
screws.
that's a jacked up.
Yes, I have seen.
It
things-
happens. The pictures be wrong. They don't have all the parts on it.
Right.
Right.
I do agree with
So
you.
you be like, what the hell?
You have
So
got
that
some
might
bad-
be how the Bible might be.
No, you have got some bad
Oh, Lord.
directions.
I don't think the Bible is that bad.
No, what I'm
I don't
saying
believe
is,
everything in the Bible.
my whole
is
thing,
jacked
my
up
whole
with
point is,
I'm saying
If
the
I
Bible
tell you-
has. Go ahead.
if I give you if just simple things, like we was talking about the directions to putting things together.
Right.
And we don't put it together our way and had to take it back apart because you couldn't get this last piece on because that piece should have went on a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
Right, middle way.
that's the purpose of the direction. So that means anybody who does it any other way than the
But you can
direction.
make it, you're allowed to make that mistake. That's the whole point.
I agree.
And is it a mistake
But so do
for
people,
me because it's a mistake for you? Because I might be able to.
But-
I might have something else over here that I can put in place.
So some people read the book and get a mistake. Read the Bible
Right.
and get a mistake.
Exactly.
Right. So
Because
my point is the Bible? Are you saying your question and all of your examples? You're
And the
saying that
question
they
is,
gave
which
you the Bible. They gave you the Bible. You gave us the recipe, right?
Right.
You have the Bible because I guess you're trying to compare the two. So if somebody gives you the Bible and you're saying if they follow the recipe, they'll get it right. Right?
I'm saying,
My question is
why is it that when people read the Bible, everybody gets something different? But if I give you instructions,
Because I'm not you and you not me.
right.
I got you. But if I give you a recipe or give you direction to put it, because it's still reading and comprehension.
Right.
But it's a
That's
recipe
like
and it's
in school,
something to
1
eat.
plus 1 is 2.
Right.
They
But
teach you
that's
1 plus 1
You
is
just
2.
said the magic word.
Right.
It's comprehension.
Comprehension.
So-
Everybody doesn't pick it up
Everybody
the same
knows
way.
that. Everybody is taught 1
So-
plus 1 is 2.
Yes, but I'm
So
not.
what-
Does the
I
Bible
cannot-
contradict itself then? Because that's what since you giving that example. Does the Bible contradict itself?
I think, man, no, the Bible is written the way it's written.
Does the Bible contradict itself? Because your first example, you said over here, thou shalt not kill, and then you said later on, kill, right?
Right.
So my question to you is, since you're giving that example, because I disagree with you, but since you're giving that example, my question to you is, does the Bible contradict itself? Yes or no? Because you just said it does. If you're reading the Bible the way the church presents the Bible, if you're reading the Bible in chronological order,
That's what I
Does
was
the
just gonna talk
Bible
about.
contradict itself? Because what I said was that the Bible is a collection of writings. That is what the Bible, that's what Bible means, collection of writings, right? So if it is a collection of writings with different authors, right?
At different times.
So how
At
does
different
the Bible
times.
contradict itself? So it is not, how does the Bible not contradict itself? There are people that say in other religions, their Bible, their readings, whatever their book is, it is what it is. So they'll debate with Christians because y'all's Bible contradicts itself because you're reading it wrong. You're reading it in chronological order instead of reading it as if it is a collection of books, which is what it is, with different authors. So
I
it is not
understand.
contradicting itself. It's just the book of Dre, the book of Harlan, the book of Pr1ma, the book of Roscoe. And when you're reading it,
Yeah.
your
My interpretation-
Dre's experience with God
Yes.
is one. Harold's experience with God is something different. My experience is something different, and your experience is something different. And we put it all in one book. It didn't contradict itself. You have to find out what works for you. My issue is people take the collection of books, the recipe, and they base their entire life on it and try to. A lot of them crazy as hell because they are trying to base their entire life, every being of them, how they breathe, how they move, and how I have my being, is what this Bible says. So you will be schizophrenic and you will be damn near bipolar mental illness because Dre said do this, Harold said do this, Pr1ma said do this, Roscoe said do this, and you have to learn that this works for me and this doesn't work for me. But my relationship with my creator is going to tell me how I need to move versus people try to live by the letter of the
You
book.
don't have to take it
So
literally.
what I just gathered
So,
from what
you
you,
don't
let
take
me,
it
let me be
literally.
done.
But people do.
What I
And
just
that's
gathered
the
from what you
wrong way to do
said,
it.
that's like,
And that's how the church make it.
that's just like the directions I just used. Find in the Bible what fits your lifestyle, what fits you. It cut a collection
But
of
there's
books.
nothing new under the sun.
Right.
We know it's something new under the sun,
And
but what does that
nothing
mean?
new under the sun. So when the Bible was created, like you said, a collection of authors, it was during that different you have dispensations. The Bible is divided up in different dispensations.
Okay, hold on.
And
I want you because
dispensation-
that word sounds great. But what I want you to do is explain what dispensation means since you're using it.
Absolutely. Dispensations means certain different time, a time period. It means a time period.
It's not
y'all
just time period.
Remember once upon a time, we didn't have cell phones. We had them beepers. Beep, beep, beep. Or the ones that, you should know that. When the ones that used to, where you could just speak and say, call me John at so-and-so over there. You only got 30 seconds to say what you got to say. And then they upgraded it to where you can put the phone number in, and then you have to run to the pay phone. That was 30 years ago. We had to go through that. Now we have cell phones that are with really small little computers. For me to say that it was wrong for me to use the beeper back then would be redundant. I mean, wouldn't be right.
Can I elaborate on that?
Uh-huh.
There is no, you said everything was created in the beginning. There is no new gospel.
Right.
Right.
So a cell
Nothing
phone
new.
and a beeper is just improving technology.
Right.
Just make it easier way for you to communicate.
Right, but we still talking about different dispensations though.
Right.
In that dispensation, it was the beeper. This
Right.
dispensation
It's
is the cell phone.
which is like a baby computer.
But dispensation is more than just a time period. It's also dispensation has more to do with religious times and what was trending during the time. Like you have the rainbow word and people that are practicing laying on of hands and the miracles. Like it's just a wave of. So if you watch the church and remember there was a time there
Take that other.
everybody was
Take that other.
how in the church they were doing praise and worship and you had all this
Dancing and
the church that
shouting.
just came. So they were saying that was like when the angels and danced before God and da, da, da. So dispensation is more in a spiritual realm and spiritual world
Uh-huh.
than the time period. What I'm saying
Time
is this,
period. It is time period. Dispensation is time period.
but it's more spiritual than and what's going on during that spiritual time than from
Oh, I see what you.
what I'm saying,
Okay,
it's
I see what you're saying, because like back then when the priests, you had, in order to get your sins covered, you had to go to a priest,
right.
and you had to bring a goat that was pure.
Correct.
And those.
That's dispensation.
Now,
That's more
thank
dispensation.
God, I don't have to do that no more.
So
I
that
don't
is
have
what
to
I'm
go.
saying.
That's a different dispensation. Spiritual.
That is not, dispensation has nothing to do with a time period like what we talk about, the millennials and the X's, genders, whatever. No, it is a spiritual thing, like what was going on and what had to be done, or what was considered right spiritually during different times. That is what dispensation
Spiritual
is.
and naturally.
What I'm saying is that when you're reading the Bible, if you try to base your whole, I can't, okay, let's go with don't fornicate. Let's go with being married, right? In biblical times, there was no marriage license. Would y'all agree?
Right.
Okay. There was no marriage license. You connected with who you connected with. There was a covenant. There was man and woman. In some dispensations, not all, but in other dispensations, it was the girl and the guy went in the room. All the family sat outside. They came out. They wanted to find the blood on the sheet to confirm that she was a virgin.
Right.
And if she wasn't, something was going to happen to her. She was a disgrace. She might die. Her parents had to pay. Da, da, da. Now, these days, we know that every woman that has sex for the first time, female, there's not going to be blood on the sheets. Right? I can ride a bike. First of all, everybody's hymen, your hymen can be broken just because you fell riding a bike. Your hymen may not be as in place that it's going to cause bloodshed because we're all different. But in that dispensation, they were looking for blood on the sheets.
Right.
And if there was not blood on the sheets, there was going to be hell to pay, right? Okay. Now, if we go, that's Old Testament. We go New Testament. New Testament says, follow the laws of the land. Basically, right? We're going to say, follow the laws of the land. But the laws change based on Trump. We're going to use it, right?
Right.
So, here in Georgia, when I was in my 20s and late teens, I feel like it was more biblical because if I made a covenant with you, we live together 6 months or more, we've made a covenant. We're together. What's yours is mine, what's mine is yours, right? But then people stopped following the recipe and started going outside of that covenant, right? And committing adultery. The government felt like Elon Musk, we can make some money if we say, let's do a marriage license. Because we can tax them, we can charge them for it. We go come up with the census because we need to make some money. We can find out who lives where and how much money is in this place and that place. And da-da-da. So we're going to make them get a marriage license. We're going to do the census. We're going to find out what income is in what neighborhood, what we're going to put in this neighborhood. We're going to put these for the minorities. And we're going to put this in the rich neighborhood, right? So it wasn't because they were trying to keep families together. It was because they were trying to make money. And it was because they want to know what's in what neighborhood. That's how the marriage license came about. But if we go for a biblical, the Bible does not, that piece of paper does not make me honor my covenant with you.
It sure doesn't.
That piece of paper is government
whatsoever.
purposes. But my covenant with you is supposed to be between me, you, and God.
That's right.
That doesn't change. But follow the law of the land makes it something different. So again, kill.
That's
if we
truth.
can look in the Bible, and the Bible said kill, God said per whatever author, kill everything and everybody. The another part of the Bible says, thou shalt not kill. So other religions will come to
then Ecclesiastes say it's a time to kill.
A time to
Because they
cease
made a
everything
movie
under the
about
sun,
it.
right? But when you talk to other religions or other people that believe something else, they will tell you that the Christians, y'all crazy, y'all contradict yourselves, y'all da 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 da. But that is because the Christians that they are talking to do not know how to defend their faith because they believe the Bible is chronological. Versus it is individualized experiences with their creator. So I'm saying that to say, when you talk about the recipe, like there is no recipe to the Bible, in my opinion, because it is not a book. It is not, Pr1ma wrote this one book, and I am the only author. So I am the authority on this. The Bible is not that. Where there are other religious groups that there is one author that wrote this, and that's why they base their whole life on it. And it is not based on relationship. And there are a lot of people that are
Yeah,
Christians.
that's sad. That's
There are a lot of
sad,
people
'cause it
that
should
are-
be based on relationship.
There are a lot of people that read the Bible. There are a lot of pastors that preach out the pulpit, and theirs aren't relationship either. Theirs is by the letter of the law, right? And that's why they aren't victorious. Going back to what you was talking about,
About the
like when you
recipe.
come, or when you say, how come the master had this and the master had that, and I tried to do the same thing and it didn't work for me, right? People, if you believe everything that you're spoon fed, this same Bible said, do what your master told you to do. So that's what they did. If this Bible told you that you were subservient to the master, that's why you ain't gonna get nowhere. That's why you ain't gonna never have what the master have, because you believe what the master told you, that you are subservient to the master. That same Bible that people base their life on, that's what it says. So I'm answering your question about why, if we do the same thing that the master said, and we read it and we pray and pray and we wonder why we ain't getting there, because that Bible does not say, slaves, you're gonna have as much and be as much and do what I'm doing as the master. And then there are other places in that Bible that says, speak it, decree it, God is your father, he has a house of many mansions,
Right.
and you can have it. Because the Bible say a whole lot of things, because it's a whole lot of different authors. That's all, with different experiences with their creator.
That was well put.
Yep, I totally understand what you
But
just said.
you
So
know,
I ain't basing my whole
Main
life.
thing is relationship. That's the bottom line. You gotta have relationship with the Holy Spirit.
So I said white
with
people
your
went
God.
to the cotton fields and used the
To
Bible to
understand
keep
the
our
Bible.
people enslaved. I was watching, remember last week I said I watched the Book of Negroes.
Right.
And when I watched it, the slave master got the girl, like I said, when she was a little girl. And she came from Africa, and when she got married, everybody said she couldn't get married. Although they knew each other since they was kids, the boy enslaved her because he was working for the Negroes that was working for the white people and all that stuff. So eventually they get married, they got to sneak to see each other all these years, because he on one plantation, she on another plantation. But when they got married, they had to sneak because we were property, right? So being property, you could not get married. So, because we're slaves and we're property, this is for you. If we could not get married,
because you're property.
am I fornicating? Because the white people got married, right?
Right.
Because they were the superiors and they were the slave masters.
Mhm.
And because we are minority property, do we not have the right to get married? Are we supposed to burn with lust in our bodies because we can't get a piece of paper, or we can't
No.
be honored as humans, and we can't do it? So what should we do?
Right. I mean, you
This is the question.
Yeah, that was a very good question. I mean, because that's, first of all, that is not the will of God. That is not
Oh,
how
how you
God
gonna say that?
operates.
Because that God, that Bible that they was teaching them, that they fed us, that we still read, right? That Bible said that you had to follow what your slave master said, because you are subservient. You belong to them. You don't have a right to, like they said, we own your hair, we own your babies, we own your body. That's what they said. So I'm saying, if we're talking about fornication, are we talking about
That's
our
why I
rights as
say
humans, then what do we do?
I'm glad you said that, because that's why I say fornication is not just. I say fornication is let me say it right. The way my daddy taught us what fornication was, Daddy said that fornication was two people who come together who have sex and they are not married. I say that fornication is two people that come together with no intentions of having a committed relationship.
So which is right?
Mean what I said.
What's right?
That
Yours
the
is right?
heart. Yeah, the heart.
So why is
it's
yours
about the
right?
heart.
Question: why is yours right? You don't even have to answer this. Why is back to our own interpretation, our own convictions, right? With this same book. My learning in growing up is that people take this at times. We will say this is the infallible word of God and we're going to base our lives on it, and I'm going to do this again to our convenience, right? So you can't say I'm basing my life on and make this, oh, this is God and this is God and I'm doing this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, and then when it doesn't fit your agenda, then you just said my interpretation is correct, which goes back to what you said. Everybody's interpretation and experience. Not to say one is right or wrong. What my only point is saying, why would anyone say that this is the end all to be all
and force it on everybody else?
Correct. That is religion and religiosity, right? That's my whole point. So
and my point also, what I was saying, that people with the intentions, first of all, you can't even figure out if this is the person that you want to be committed to and have a real and build and have a real relationship without even getting to know the person. So first of all, how can you be intimate with someone and you don't even know them? You haven't even got to know who they are, but you want to be intimate or you want to experience. So a lot of people that fornicate, it's just because they want to have an experience.
Okay, go back.
The person. They not looking at that person or see that person as possibly even being their mate.
The Bible did not. They arranged marriages, right? With their family. Your daddy had to say yay or nay. It wasn't experiencing. It was you gonna marry who I said you gonna marry. Right?
Really? Yes.
You read the same Bible we read. It's a whole lot of places in the Bible. That was how it was.
Yeah.
Sex wasn't even for pleasure for women.
Right. It was.
We was to have procreate, right? So what you're saying again is not biblical. That's all I'm saying. So everybody's interpretation of this is different. My whole point is, why do people take this and make it seem like I'm basing my whole life on this? This is the infallible word of God and it's foolproof. It is not foolproof.
And they're such a hypocrite.
Marriage is a commitment, and you can.
Thomas said the Bible has been used to weaponize and to bring division, basically, and to oppress. He said black people, but I think just to oppress people. Whoever think they on top is on top, and whoever they can oppress, they will oppress.
And marriage is a commitment, and a piece of paper is not going to.
But it is not the Bible. That's my whole point.
It's not going to make you committed. You just got to be committed. That's how you have a marriage.
This what I say. All right, then I'm gonna let you go, my brother. All right, just like it's natural to have a bowel movement, urinate. It's natural for a woman to have a cycle.
Right. And a boy to have a wet dream.
A boy to have a wet dream. Sneeze, cough, teary-eye. And when it's natural for a man to be attracted to a woman and a woman to be attracted to a man sexually, that's a natural instinct.
That God
but
put in us.
Because like Pr1ma said, your hair, your body belong to me. So I don't want you to look at D and say, hey, I know you the boss.
And that's what that white man said.
So,
who that nigga?
My thing is this, and then if you get her pregnant,
That you got pregnant.
She died.
You got you pregnant.
She died or have a crazy baby, a retarded baby. Now I got to deal with that. So because she is property to me, that's why I don't want her to have sex with you.
Correct.
So what I'm saying is this right here. And
but you can rape her.
But the way, so to me, this is what I would ask. This is what I ask God. Why you give me the desire to be sexually attracted to a woman? Why that desire don't come over you once you get married? According to the law.
It doesn't wait till you get married.
It doesn't wait till you get married.
Right.
That should be another instinct that kick in when you find a wife.
But that's why biblical times they got married or their parents put them together, arranged when they were of age at 12 and 13, at the age of puberty. So my other, which was something that I wrote when I was in school,
that was
church.
Monetary.
Right, they had to pay
It was
to,
very
but it was an
much
exchange of
monetary.
property, right?
Yes, more property, yes.
Right, from father to the boys' family.
boys.
So we go against when we telling people the Bible and the church religiosity, they still going against the Bible because when they were at the age of puberty, they were able to get married. My issue with the church talking about fornication is that you're telling people to go against how God created you, the natural, like animals, they mate when it's time to have a baby, right?
Right.
Okay, so if at the church you're saying you don't have sex until you get married, this was my argument. Don't have sex until you get married. But you're telling me as a woman, let's talk about a black woman. I can talk about a white woman. Don't get married until you go to school, go to college, get your degree, have enough money in the bank, get your house. You need to be INDEPENDENT. Do you know what I mean? Got my own shit, got my own little right. You tell me to be that. By this time, I'm 30-something, 40 years old. I'm beyond the best childbearing ages, which is
Right.
15 to 20, 25, we're going to say. Stretching it.
But he did it for Sarah.
But
he did it for Sarah.
that was an exception to that.
Yeah.
That was a
That's
story.
all
But the healthiest age is 15 to 20, 21, something like that, to be childbearing because your cycle started between 9 and 15, right?
Right.
The way God created us. So you're telling me to go against nature. Then you'll say legally now, since they put this in, no, sorry. The back of the book says, follow the law of the land. But the slave masters could do us whenever they wanted to, right? So if you're saying it's fornication and it's wrong to have sex until I'm married, but I can't get married because now, years ago, maybe 20 plus years ago, I had a son that was charged with statutory rape here in Georgia because he wasn't at the legal age of consent. He was 15. Legal age of consent is 16. The girl was 14 and a half, get ready to turn 15. So they said that because she was the girl and he was the guy, he's going to get charged with statutory rape. My argument was, wasn't neither one of them at the age of consent. But if we go by this, how old was Mary supposedly when she had a baby?
13 or 14.
12, 11, 12, she got pregnant, something like that, and had Jesus, right? So, or you look at the Jews who at 13, the males are considered a man, right? They're coming into manhood and all that. In Christianity, we'll say do this, but we're going against how God, the nature of God. You know what I'm saying? The way that we were created, like you said. If we weren't supposed to do it, why did God make us at whatever age we start our cycles? That's to procreate. If God made boys start having wet dreams, their little penis get hard at whatever age, why are they waiting until they're 30 in order to be right in the church? In order to be right biblically? In order to be right according, like, so what's right? My whole point is you have to live by whatever your conviction is. Nobody has the right to judge or condemn. And my thing is, when it came to church or comes to church, there are a whole lot of people that try to force feed you. And if this same book says study for your damn self, I'm confused as to why you beating people over the head with religion. And the same Bible also says that my ways are not God's ways. Our ways are so far from God's ways, right? That's what this says, right? Yeah. But we base our whole life on this. So I'm trying to understand, who thinking and who really has relationships.
It's also about discipline, because the Bible also says that if you sow to the flesh, you'll reap corruption, and to the spirit, you'll reap everlasting life. Now we do have to have discipline, because look at all these athletes. Look at all these athletes. They couldn't be a good athlete if they didn't have no discipline.
We can't be good slaves either if we don't have good discipline either.
Huh?
We can't be good slaves either if we don't have good discipline.
You can't be good slaves.
Correct.
I hear that.
That's true.
I understand. Is that what you're saying?
Because slaves had to have a whole lot of discipline. You had to learn how to bite your tongue, follow the rules, do what you had to do, go along to get along.
Right.
So let me tell you something else about discipline. I want y'all men to jump
Discipline is
in.
very important.
I want y'all men to jump in. I watched in the
I'm gonna
movie.
tell you why I say that.
Go ahead.
The reason why I say discipline is very important because if you don't learn how to have it, you be out here doing any and everything, and I'm telling you, you don't want to reap in those areas where you probably sowed because you didn't know how to exemplify discipline.
That's why so many of us fat and overweight.
Right.
That's how come so many of us, because it ain't people make it about sex. It's a whole lot of things that people are undisciplined about.
Right.
That's why you got financial problems because you undisciplined. That's why you out of shape because you undisciplined.
With the food.
And so right. So I'm saying like there are a whole lot of things, but people make it about sex in your body. It's not all about that. Discipline is discipline. Why I think minority slaves, anybody that was enslaved, they have a whole lot of damn discipline because they knew how to perform and be and move so that they can survive or so they can make it home or so they can be there with their loved ones. So we know discipline. Men, question for y'all, and this is, and I'm gonna stop because I want y'all's opinion. In watching the movie, the slave master who bought the little girl when she was 11, she can't have this black baby. So the slave master comes and he looks at the baby, right? When he looked at the baby wasn't mulatto. So he sold the baby off, right? As a black male, and you will never can really give me the impact that you could really feel, but watching it, the slave master can sell off your black baby that you had by a nigga. That's property. But you niggas, I'm married to you, although I'm property to him. I'm married to you only because we jumped the broom. Because based on this and the law and me being a slave, I'm not able to get married. So what we did is not honored. He can't accept your black seed that I carry.
Right.
And the minority women are the bomb.com, okay? But you have to accept my mulatto baby as a nigga that I bring home.
Ain't that something? That's something.
What's the question?
How would you feel? Your baby that you have with me as your wife,
It's not.
the slave master taking it from me whatever he wants
Yeah,
to.
he sold it.
So he got rid of our baby,
How would I feel?
and I have to keep
the baby.
the mulatto baby that's by him, and I come home to you, and I'm at home with you, I'm pregnant with you, and just like that slave master came and he came to look at the baby to see if the baby was black or mulatto, you looking as my husband,
The only answer I got for that is be mad. And I
but
can't
you
do
be
a
mad
damn
and
thing
stay. Right,
I can't do a damn thing about
that
it.
part, right? Go ahead. What's your
He answered it.
what?
The only thing you can do is be mad.
Right, and that's what they did. But that's what this told us to do.
That ain't the Bible right there.
That is the Bible. That's the same Bible you read every day.
I'm
And
talking-
this
I'm
is
being
what.
funny.
And this
I'm
is
talking
what. Right,
about
right. So Thomas said on here, disciplining and beating your kids with belts came from the white master whipping the slaves. Absolutely. So something happened in my family, and whipping happened or whatever at some point. So I was like, we learned about whipping from the slave masters. Because they whooped us to act right, discipline us, right? And this same Bible says,
Beat them. They won't
right.
die.
Train a child the way they should go or depart, right? When they get older, they want to depart.
Beat 'em,
So
they
you
won't die.
discipline. But the government now says if you discipline them, it's a problem. So we're abusive if we minorities physically spank, whoop, beat, whatever our children. But y'all taught us how to beat and
then
told
if
us
we
to
don't
obey.
And if we don't discipline them, the police gonna beat them.
And then they'll bring us to court and say, "Hey, why y'all didn't discipline them?" But y'all can't whoop them and leave bruises. But y'all got a whole lot of people walking around here with whips on them and bruises on them and broken limbs and missing teeth
they
and
did was
all that
be
from
more
beating
rebellious.
us.
From when
But
I
this
used to
is what we based our whole life on.
I
That's all I'm
used to
saying.
work 360 days out of the year. It didn't do nothing but make me more rebellious.
Right, man. But I'm just saying, you know.
You know,
So,
365
anyway.
days. I just was made, I was just
Any final thoughts, y'all? Any final thoughts? Any answers to my questions or anything?
Okay, my final thought is this. Mankind has manipulated, oppressed, what's the other word? Have been hypocritical. to
Good word.
Everything that they've said from the beginning of time. If it justifies me, I'm going to do it to take advantage of you.
Correct.
That's the whole bottom line. And it's going to continue to happen because people don't think things through to see how it's going to affect me in the long run. Everything I do to you is going to come back to me. But you don't think about that. because
Karma.
Right now, you want the gratification. And
Right,
everybody wants instant gratification.
right.
Look at how, if you look at our industry, how you used to go into, for some people who don't know, you used to go to a store called Woolworths and
Yes.
get some food, and that food be good, and it was not instant, but it was cooked very well.
Yes,
Then they
thank you.
came out with the machines where you could put your money in, and the machine would give you the food. Then they took it one step further and made those machines portable everywhere. So everything has
Evolved.
Then you got it keeps evolving.
Yep.
Then you got the microwave. Then you got the television evolved to the point where that's the
Flat
parents'
screen.
babysitter. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It became the babysitter.
Yeah.
Then you did away with
The
daycares.
sitter, right.
You did away with daycares. You did away with the Boys and Girls Clubs, the YMCA.
Yep.
You told the parent you have to work more, and we're not going to give you the money to babysit your child because we're going to take away from more. Your cost of living kept going up, but your paycheck wasn't.
Yep.
So you had to leave your kids home. And then the children are not being disciplined. Here's that word. Everybody got spoiled from that point on. So discipline went out the
And
window.
let you leave them at home
Yes.
by themselves.
By
They might lock your ass up.
Right. So you tell me I can't discipline my own child, but then it's still, you want
That
to
was came
take
out
me to
trash.
court because I left my child home.
Right. But you talk about had to work.
Right, but you tell me I gotta come to work. So from day one, everybody keeps making all these rules. The
Not
Bible,
everybody.
no. Yes,
Them.
everybody. I blame everybody for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody is thinking about what decision I make is going to affect everybody.
Thank you.
And that's why we're having this situation now.
Right.
With Trump. They're
Yes.
making decisions for everybody, and everybody that voted for him is gonna find out, oh shoot.
You
what
was
he's
part of that.
What he's doing is going to affect me now. And I
Right.
voted for him. Huh? Duh.
Duh. All right.
Okay. That's my point.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I say it's gonna get hit everybody. Why they thought it was just gonna hurt us?
It ain't gonna be.
We used to be in discipline and conformity, not me, but you know, my people.
But you know, I agree with you all the way, my brother. And could Trump be sent by God?
Yes.
Hold on, pause for a minute.
Sent.
Listen to me.
Use.
Sent, used, chose, whatever word you want to use.
Yeah.
And then at the same token, all the people that been suppressors, now they're being suppressed.
Exactly.
That's right.
So
That's
Because
what's funny
it
to
goes
me.
around, comes around.
So
That's
my
what's
thing
funny
is
to me.
So a lot of time when I say people are hollering about, like for instance, you hear people say about the identity theft. You stealing my identity, you can't do but help me.
I know that's right. Right, because I ain't got none.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people, like I'm telling you something strange. I got a partner,
Clear that up.
a dude stole his identity and had it for 25 years. The dude paid all his bills. And my buddy could never figure out why his credit score was constantly going up. And so once they caught up with the guy said he messed up his name. And he had my buddy name, social security, everything. Only thing different, he changed the birthday one day. And what happened was, when he caught up with the guy, when they caught up with the guy for the identity theft, the guy did not mess up his credit, he increased his credit.
Thinking now.
So, like I'm saying, yeah, all this stuff we hear called media, and they put out what they want you to hear, and they keep confusing. But that's why I said God might have sent Trump to do this.
I wouldn't say he sent him.
I think he's just a
I
vessel.
would just say, he's the vessel.
Okay,
Right.
vessel.
And the devil is still active.
Correct.
So the devil sent him. God didn't send him.
Well, answer this
So-
question, what you said that. Did God create the devil? That people call the devil or Lucifer.
He didn't create him. The devil decided he wanted to do his own thing, just like everybody else.
Right. So, but initially,
He was
he was
originally an
created.
angel.
Right.
He
That's
was
what I'm saying. That's
originally
my
an
whole
angel.
point.
Yeah, he decided I didn't want to follow God anymore, so that's come.
So he was
had
still part of creation, is all I'm saying. He, Lucifer. But in the universe, do we all know that, or do we agree that you have to have up, down, north, west, east, south, good, bad,
the yin and the
hot,
yang,
cold, right?
yeah,
So I'm saying Lucifer is still a part of the plan,
right.
and Trump is just a part of the plan. So that's why I said I disagree that things aren't going to happen. They're going to happen because it's part of the plan. It's part of the plan. It's going to happen. Certain things are going to happen because it's part of the plan to get us in order, to get us closer to our Creator.
Right.
Not closer to this.
No.
Not closer to the Quran, not closer to the 100,000 going right. It's with your creator. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole
Okay,
point.
but my thing is like she was saying about the people
Here you
being
go.
laid
You read
off.
that, please.
The people being laid off from their job, and they ask to tell me 5 things that you're doing. But it's so many companies, like for instance, I have worked in a situation where if I'm off from work, my job don't get done. But I got 5 administrators over me that can't do my job.
Or that won't. How about that on some of these
They
jobs?
can't do my
Right.
job.
I have something that won't.
So that's my take on it. So when he said, what do you do? What make you access to the company?
Mm-hmm.
If you say, well, I clean up all the bathrooms on the first floor,
Mm-hmm.
and the first floor is over 35,000 square feet, I need you to keep the bathroom clean. But here's a guy sitting in a cubicle and be on the internet. Or here's a guy just sit here in his office, go to 1 or 2 meetings a month,
And tell you what to do.
and tell me what to
Because they're
do.
the boss.
Or tell me, well, you're not going to use those trash bags anymore. You're going to use a black trash bag. We're not going with clear anymore. Because black is not environmental friendly. So, what I'm saying is this right here. You have a lot of companies that are top heavy. And it's not feasible. So, yeah, it sounds harsh because these people are coming up off the cushion job. And them big 900, $1.2 million houses. They can't buy them no more.
Okay. And we're gonna we're gonna say goodnight, but we're also gonna let Harold, and Harold is doing Atomy. And because I'm stuffy and she's gonna close, we're gonna let Harold give y'all her information. This is something that she is sharing. And I'm gonna say what I said some weeks ago when we was talking about something else. The opinions and the views are not the views of the station or the views of me per se, but you know, y'all know I'm always willing to promote what somebody is doing, how somebody is trying to if it's their business, if it's part of their purpose or whatever. So I will let Harold read what it is that she's doing. I'm not saying that I'm against this, but I said this earlier and I said it a couple of weeks ago when she mentioned it. This is not an American made. This is not an American company. This is what she said, Korean, but we said it was from China or whatever when
It's Korean.
he looked it up a few weeks ago, Dom. So it is a Korean company that is offering alternatives to shopping here in America. And they do have some healing testimonials, or they say, let me show y'all. I'm not saying it because I haven't used it, but this is what she is promoting.
This guy had gangrene in his foot. He's diabetic and he got gangrene, and they want to cut his foot off.
And then he did whatever she said, or that's the story.
Him.
And then this is how it helped. So, Carolyn, in short, tell them you can look. They don't discriminate. It says they don't discriminate. It's a wholesome product. Hair, body, home care, food, lifestyles. Do you need health help? Do not fear. This company is here. That's one. And they help you get off medications. And Harold's information, Harold and Murray, 629-218-1527. Harold and Murray, 629-218-1527. And that's the easiest way to get in touch with her. I'm not going to go through the email and all that stuff. But if you're interested in getting off of medication, you're interested in your skin healing, you want to support her as a
Representative.
Black minority,
Right. Black
during this time, then you can reach her at 629-218-1527. It is not an American company. It is a Korean company, but it's, I guess, an alternative to what's going on in America right now. So that is what she's trying to promote. And if you want more information, please reach out to her. We love y'all, appreciate y'all, and we are saying goodnight. It's picture time.
And since we're boycotting, I would like to help you boycott.
Right. She's helping y'all boycott. Good night, y'all.
Please, diabetic. Did you see it? That's all.
Hey.
Did it stop? Look.
Oh. Is it off? Okay. All right, good. You want me to leave it here?
My body said that when it does certain things, make sure to pay attention.
Right.
Continue to heal.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Pr1ma. You're welcome.
You're welcome, girl. You're welcome. Thank you. Good night, y'all. We gotta take our picture.